Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the planning board meeting scheduled for September 19th. We're about to start. Once the chairman calls your item, which is your address and the last name or the property owner's name, please step up to the podium, speak into the mic. If you have something to present, we ask you to place it on the table, bring the mic with you. If you have any questions for the building department, my name is SB. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the building coordinator. You can ask me, pull me aside and ask me a question that you have, or send me an email or look on your online portal login. Okay, thank you.
Hello, you on the agenda tonight, ma'am? Your name? That's on. Okay. We're good. All right, so let's get started. Good evening, everyone. This is the planning board meeting for the Village of Biscayne Park for Monday, September 19th, 2022. It's now 6:30 p.m. The roll call: Edward Leyva, Manny Espinoza, David Gordon here, Gage Hartig, I'm here, as well as SB here from the building department. We'll go ahead and we'll try and get the residents that are here so you can be on your way. First will be old business A, improvement development, 03 LLC, 740 Northeast on 20th Street, new construction, second preliminary review. On the drop? Oh, you want us to look at Dropbox? Okay. Hi, good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening.
Give me a second. We're just pulling up here. Yeah. All right. Gotta excuse us, we're just not used to doing this off these small little plans. Um, okay, so you were here before us the last time, we gave you some feedback. You want to describe the changes that you made for us?
Yes, so last time, the, one of the items that, was discussed was the carport.
Okay,
So we revised it to provide a carport that is 20 by 20, but after further, discussion with the client, we decided that we are eventually gonna remove the carport completely. So we will present that as a revise for the next one.
all right,
The second item that was discussed was the encroachment of the pool deck into the setback. So we revised the whole pool area so that it wouldn't encroach into the setback at all. Right now, we have it kind of like elevated as part of the house, but we're gonna drop it down so that it's at grade level. We raise the house kind of like 1.6 feet, just 3 steps up, but we're gonna drop the pool area so we can take that additional setback landscape area to make it part of the pool deck instead of having it.
yeah,
like
I was gonna say, the pool deck itself does not have to maintain the 10-foot setback, it's the pool.
the
And
pool.
any structure that was gonna be, I think that barbecue was out there, if I remember.
That was correct. Yes, that
Yeah.
is correct. So we decided,
But just remember, you can't go up to, with the pool deck, you need to say about 3 feet back from the property line.
and then we decided to relocate the cover barbecue area so that is completely attached to the house instead of detached completely from it.
Okay.
And we removed the fence that we had in the front. It was perpendicular to the property, to the house.
Yep.
To the property line, and that was removed. And that was pretty much it.
Okay, so you got your 30, 10, 10, and 10. Your lot coverage is, you're still way under your 48%, right?
Yep.
Okay. No carport to deal with right now. What are those on the walkway outside of the front door? I see, looks like post or something like that in this.
Oh, those
concrete.
are light pictures.
Those are lights, okay.
Yeah, it looked like columns, but no, they're light pictures.
The board, any comments? You have maintain your 2-level flat roof, that's fine.
Last time you mentioned that you were trying to incorporate a ramp, like a
Yeah,
pedestrian ramp.
It's on the side of the house to the west. It's right there, and it comes,
The driveway.
yeah,
And you know what the total rise in that is? Like
a
how high?
1.6 feet,
1'6".
yes. And it will be incorporated as part of the grading, so it doesn't look like a ramp. Like, you know,
So it's not an elevated structure. It's actually going to be at grade.
it's gonna be, we're gonna grade it up along with the ramp, and then we'll grade it back down so that we can make the transition between the carport or where the cars are gonna be parking and then back into the landscape towards the back of the house.
Just keep in mind, any handrails, they shouldn't be in front of the house. So they would have to start like when you get to the front line of the house at the 30-foot setback.
Okay.
If you choose to do any, I don't know if you're over the height that's needed for.
No, we're not.
Okay.
So the lights that Gage asked about that look like posts, those are just uplights in the. in
Uplight,
the-
yeah, this little uplight in the slab.
Same thing that's in front of the carport posts right now.
That is correct.
in the driveway.
But since we're gonna get rid of it, most likely we're gonna get rid of those lights as well.
Any other questions, comments?
I think so. I think all the stuff last time.
You'll just update it without the carport and you'll come back to us next time and unless there's anything that jumps out. Then we'll,
Sure.
hopefully next time we'll be able to vote. The carport that's on the drawing, right? And any detail on the ramp. Just that would be necessary, showing the pitch or anything, the rise.
Okay.
Because he said he's not going to move forward with the carport at this time. Any other questions? Scarlett has joined the meeting. Do you want to take a second to look at it? This is the house that we looked at last time. Okay. Okay. It looks like they've done all the suggestions that we gave them the last time. Okay. So you're tabled again. I mean, it's really not on the agenda yet. It's more still actually a discussion item, but it's old business, so we brought you up. So we table it to the next meeting. Next meeting, it'll be on the actual agenda as a permit item.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Is anybody here for Laudner? B? No? Then we'll go to C, Batant. I know they're here. Okay, hello. If you just go up to the thing, Batant, 801 Northeast 118th Street for an addition.
Hi, good evening. We came before like a couple of months ago
Yeah.
with
You
a,
had a couple items.
we had a roof over the terrace, so that was encroaching into the setback.
Yeah.
So what we decided, I mean, we had a choice, we had to remove the roof and we kept the patio. But due to the lack of space that we're experiencing,
Would you like to present this to us? Because it seems like you made a considerable amount of changes from the last time.
because before I had living area
Yeah.
encroaching into the setback.
Yeah.
And because we need that space, so we had to go to the second floor
Yeah.
in that
Um,
back of the house. So if you see, we are actually using the same outline of the house, the same footprint. So we're just going up, but trying to avoid the chunky volumes. You see that I know that that's something that you're trying to avoid. We're adding that the covered balcony facing the avenue. And on the alley side, we're breaking a little bit of the side of the second floor. With like a little indentation on the wall of the second floor. To instead of having a one big volume, to have like two different volumes. To add a little bit of movement. And
Can I
then-
just stop you real quick? I mean, board members, we have a plan. Would you like to actually look at it with you're the architect, right?
Yes.
Would you like to present it to us instead of trying to describe all the,
I don't know if you guys are looking at the.
Yeah, we have it here on
Electronic
a
version.
small version, but if you want to use the actual hard set.
Yeah, because this was, 544.
oh, that's fine, but I'm just saying, we have, if you want to, or want to look at it. Just grab the microphone.
Yeah, we are. It's just on a small screen, so.
Exactly. Yes.
So this is on,
Exactly.
you're looking, this you're looking at three. Yeah, yeah.
You have the 30. And actually, the eye will break it. So in reality, when you walk, you don't need a lot. They- back, it will fall. It's a. If you guys are. Yes. Here.
You have a.
Yeah,
Very unique.
it's very, yes,
Yeah. There's actually,
it is something
right here,
again,
this is actually like a utility easement that goes,
their property line, but the dot,
it's
double,
double.
yeah.
It goes all the way up.
If they use the.
Have this little thing.
On the. So, the 30 feet.
Yeah. Not big. Your lot calculations are at 50%. Does that include the pool and everything? That's
Yeah,
what we serve?
actually, yeah, we are actually.
Yeah, so it's the entire lot.
Yeah.
coverage, So we're in one of it. Driveway, whatever it is.
Everything that you see right now,
So. Comments. Notes, right away. The gate, there's gonna be a fence on this side, it has to be back. Away from the property line. Your corner side, so this is your corner, this is your side. So 3 foot, 3 foot, 5 foot, 7 foot setback from the fences, so. 8 in that location. At the property. You're not asking for it now, but I'm just pointing out things, so for future. This. would be the first thing. This is, even though it has no roof on it, it's still a structure inside. Um, I would say maybe take it off and maybe try and go for it with the pool. 'Cause you're gonna need to get a variance. You know, we don't allow pools in the side front, but we have it allowed in the park because of a lot like yours where you have no other place to put it. So I would maybe consider trying to get that with that, or try and maybe turn it. And incorporate. Right now, it's the structures projecting into the side set. So even though it's only 30. It's pointing out what I see. Well, they're using existing walls. Yeah. So, so the village attorney. Administrator for those 3 inches. So I would suggest would be go ahead and process that. Basically, it's meant for this. There's a lot of properties that are 9'10", that are 9'9". It just happens to be the board of. So I would say get the administrative variance, and then that would become a non-issue on that. It would before you start building, yeah. Yeah, you would maybe want to go ahead and get that taken care of. Yeah, yeah.
We have to come back here.
So let's. So technically, this is such a big addition. It's not. We consider it almost like we do a three comment, 3 meeting. Okay. We have a couple other people here tonight that are in the process of doing that. Right now, you're on your second comment. So actually, would be whatever we make comments today, you come back the next time, and then unless we don't have any changes or comments for today. Was just the windows. I mean, your neighbor's house is here, so these windows technically look over the roof of the neighbor. Their backyard is here.
Here's the now.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's like a house right there. So you have like these high, nice clear story windows over here, but it would be nice if they were there actually. And then the same thing with this window, you're actually overlooking your neighbor, but again, it's 10 plus a right away. So I don't think it's such an issue. Up high, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be something. I think the way you broke up your second story is great. You're not looking at such vertical walls. This is far away from the property line.
And it is the short.
Yeah. But you're still 10, and then there's a huge alley there. But you're staying within the existing footprint. Yeah. Just keep this within the height that you don't need a rail. Use a rail. Well, I guess it's a side front. It's a side front, so you could actually technically get a rail in there. Yeah. Comments? Your tile here will match the existing. Okay, you'll come in for another. The new windows, are the existing house windows being changed? Or they've already been changed?
Some of them.
But so these will have to match these.
Yeah, the style. Yeah.
The style, color, you'll come in for. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You need the roofs need to match, the windows need to match. The stucco needs to match. It has to have the same characteristics of the existing house. So you would consider maybe changing the windows It's these two.
Yeah.
Do a clear story window here, like this. It actually looks out better when you put a bed underneath it too. To squeeze a bed in between the windows like that. You have a high window here. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, you have the clear story on the front of the house where these actually it wouldn't matter so much because you're overlooking your own roof. You don't want to look at why you have them, yeah. So. Yeah. But yeah, you're here at your neighbor's roof, so. It's just a suggestion. I mean, I think that the neighbor's house is far enough, and also the fact is that this is lined up with the line of the main house of the neighbor, not their backyard per se. You know, it's not like you're.
I would put it at least here of the room would be. Yeah.
But I wouldn't hold. It wouldn't hold it up for me. But
I think the space is gonna. The great our position is gonna be in- Anyway, those.
Okay.
I'm planning to keep it for. I mean, I understand. I don't.
we're trying to be very conscious because we get a lot. We're getting a lot of additions in the park, and we're trying to be very careful of your neighbors. So it's a very important thing.
Like, we're gonna make it stop.
Yeah.
Look, it's fine.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But I'm keeping in mind all those,
Did you get permitted for that fence? Or is it? You bought it? Okay, so I don't try to remember how that how that happened, but I'm don't touch it. Okay?
No.
Don't touch it because yeah. Technically, it's on village property, so if you bought it that way, yeah. Yeah.
so here we have the reason.
Yeah.
But the, data, we don't want to.
And again, it can't go around up here. It would be, you're allowed to bump it like this.
Right now, yeah, they have the big edge.
Yeah.
So we have to remove it.
No, saying the fence
the
cannot, the
fence,
fence cannot, that you can actually go, it's the way, it's kind of quirky the way it's written, but you can actually go out and across and back. At 3 feet, it's 3 feet for 4 feet, 5 feet for 5 feet, and then 7 feet for 6 feet. Yeah, no. So you can actually bump, it's called a bump out, so you can go out no more than 15 and no closer than 15. And right now you're at 29, so you could go out 24, whatever it is. Yeah, or 14, sorry. Yeah, so it's a, you can go from the corner out to 15 foot from the property line and then go across and then come back. But it's 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. 7, 5 feet high from the property line. No, 3 feet. No,
I'm
well, you have 10
saying, like,
feet. You'd have to, you could come back 3 feet and do a 4 foot fence.
Is that something that,
No, it's 5 or 4. fence go to good for a very long time on the corners. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would come back when you're ready to do the pool and talk to us, because you are asking for a variance, so they're gonna ask you to do a minimum. You know, that's one of the requirements. It's like, you know, so try and maybe keep it closer to the house, 'cause it's not so far. You know, so there's an entire 4-point requirement that you have to meet actually. Yeah. Yeah, so you'll take that off if you're agreeable to it. I mean, I'm just saying, right now, it would not, would stop it with the approval.
Okay.
The upper.
No, I removed it, but it would be together with the.
You'd have to prove your point that you're entitled to have a. Yeah, like a barbecue
no,
that's
not
loose and stuff.
the one
You
that
can have the patio, but you just can't have the fixed structures when you start. Well, I mean, if you want to argue that that wall is somehow a type of fence, you could maybe argue that it's a 4-foot high wall fence. you know. Yeah, but I mean, maybe incorporate it into your fence. If it's only 4 foot high, it's the same height as the fence, and maybe you have it so that it, you know, you have the wall and you have some columns in the fence that are the same concrete, you know, some kind of design that makes it work, makes it design, you know, the design. Um, um, You are allowed to have a fence or a wall.
So if we remove, separate, then we apply,
You. Is it in the
Other-
future?
exactly.
You can write,
Proposed
you can even
rule.
write future on there right
by
now.
others.
I mean, it's just a matter of Mario.
So
He doesn't
the
need to go for
application.
board approval. It's actually a Mario, it's a manager.
So that's something that we can apply tomorrow.
He's probably gonna have no idea what you're talking about, because he's probably never done it before, but it is actually in the code. I've been living in the village long enough to know that there is a thing for,
Okay,
the
so-
mint, you can get a variance for 3 inches
Okay,
or whatever it is.
So right now,
3
if
inches,
we
yeah.
remove pool, the barbecue and this.
Well,
So
you're, yeah. Yeah, you would just say not, all this fencing is not on this permit, which it wouldn't have been anyway, because we would ask you to come back for
yeah,
a
but
fencing
then,
permit.
yeah, but that. Yeah, this is, for example, this one, proposed to locate by others. Okay.
For that,
For the
three
continuation.
inches.
I'm always
And
working,
then
thinking about.
is the next, no, I appreciate it. I mean, you settled a lot of issues that we were having with. Is next week's closed already?
For this meeting tomorrow. Or next.
Or
But
it'd be 2 weeks?
yeah, the next meeting is October 3rd. So you'll be able to submit tomorrow or Monday. Because we have back,
Yeah, but I think, Gage, you agree, if you have 1 week and, or just didn't have time to address to it.
A motion to table, please.
Motion to table?
Is that Manny? David. David, okay, man. All in favor, say aye. Aye. No, Muni code. When Muni code going to the department. They purchase it, get it there. So, says- Should be under, search under. Yeah. Oh, they did? Oh, no, there is actually a minister of variance. to that one. I would take the time and look it up, but I want to try. Ed then David. Oh, David then Ed, I'm sorry. Modification and minutes. For the setback. Hey, can one of you guys, oh, you know, I just look it up really quick, go under Muni code and look up administrative variance.
Yes, I've got Unicode open.
And then just tell SB and then she can write it and Mario know. Next will be Roots. We have Roots here. 826 Northeast 121st Street for a renovation and there's actually.
13-4.
We tabled this last time for review, for 3-point review. Oh, is this the story building? Oh, okay. Is so have we submitted new plans or do you have questions for us or what are we here for, sir, tonight?
We have not been able to submit new plans. We're not been able to literally connect with the building official.
Okay.
So we can try to move forward. The owner is interested in repairing the building. We can't get the permit to put a fence or get the building fixed or even application for permit completed.
Okay. So is the structure at L salvageable?
We believe, yes.
Um,
When you look at the plans, the extent of repair on the building is less than probably 5 or 6 joists on the backside of the building. That's what's on the plans. That's what's been damaged by water infiltration. the owner has elected to do additional things like replacing windows and doing cosmetic repairs on the inside, repairing the kitchens, which is beyond what's needed to make the building safe. Uh, But even every time we try to move forward on that behalf, it's like, no, because somehow there's a 50% rule that the building valuation versus the amount of work and repairs, you're exceeding the 50% rule.
Well, it's also, yeah, so there's a whole bunch of things. I mean, first of all, you're now in a single family residential zone. So so you're asking to put a 4-unit, return it to a 4-unit building, and you're now in a single family zone. So since it went over the 50% depreciation or decay, it has to be brought into the current code that it's now sitting in. So right now it has the minimum lot size is 8,500 square feet. I don't know what the lot size is that you have. You have a 60 by 105. That's less than. Do you have an issue with the lot size? 63, like 60, yeah, 65 something. Yeah. I mean, there's a. So here's the other thing too, is that, I mean, there is the code that says 50%, deterioration, but there's also a part in the code that says that if the usage has been discontinued for more than 6 months, it must be brought into the current code too. So there's also another thing in our code that actually says this thing has been sitting like this for 20 years probably, or something along those lines. It's been more than 6 months. And my point being is that, so there's another point that says it needs to be brought to a single family residence. Okay, so, but the plans we got were for four units, was returning it to a 4-unit building, I believe. Pre-pandemic, you mean the pandemic of 1914 something? Because it's been like that for a long time. Okay. So so here it is. We realize what it is, and we realize that, moving forward, we all want to see this building fixed up or demolished, one of the two. We want something done because it's been sitting like that for a very long time. So we have a letter from our building official. I would assume that this would have been given to them. Okay, he just said he had not seen the letter. Okay. Okay. So, and I'm gonna let the board chime in here too. Here's the thing, you have a property that is undersized. You have a structure on there that is if it was rebuilt the way it is, it would not meet the single family requirements. It has setback issues. It has lot coverage issues. You're not allowed to cover more than 50% of your lot, and with the garage on it, so And if the building was continuously used as an apartment building, like the place on Sixth Avenue, the one on Griffin Boulevard, it would be allowed to continue until it. But the problem is that the owner allowed it to be stopped and it allowed it to deteriorate to a point that it was beyond 50%. So it's not it's not continuously used as an apartment building. So I would recommend is if, you know, especially now with the market the way it is and people are looking for unique structures, is consider the idea of converting it into a really large single family home, take out the garage and go for variances on the lot size and the setbacks. You know, that's unless you're willing to take it down, but then once you take it down, you have to get a variance to actually build on the 6,500 square foot lot. So, you know, I would take thoughts from the board here, but to me, that's kind of a way forward is you make a really unique house here in Biscayne Park. That's, you know, how many houses do we have that look like that? You know, I just don't see how, moving forward, you know, how it's going to go basically, you know, unless you consider something like that, or you throw yourself at the mercy of, hey, can we get a variance for an undersized lot to take this building down and build a new structure on a lot that's not the proper size for Biscayne Park? Yeah. 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 Mhm. Mhm. So again, back in 2019, you know, our code was changed prior to 1990. So, you know, it would have been denied at that time because it was you were requesting a 4-unit structure in a single family zone. So yeah, but if she had just maintained it and kept it used as an apartment building, she would be able to have kept it as an apartment building. It's the discontinued use is an issue too, as well as the
Gage, I don't,
as far as the 50% goes, you would need to work that out with the
I was
building.
just gonna say, why are we discussing this? There's a letter by the building official that has deemed this building needs in excess of 50% repair. Therefore, the only thing you can do is demolish it and attempt to put a single family through a variance for an undersized lot. Until we see a single family application, we can't look at this because we can't look at an application for a 4-unit building with this letter from the building official saying, oh, this needs to be addressed. I mean, it's in the package before us.
So I'll point out though, I think you guys are talking about value. That's not what the letter says. It says buildable area. It says it's exceeding 50% of buildable area is what she said.
Deterioration.
Yeah, it's not valuation. That's not what the letter says. It's not what the letter says.
So again, I'm sure SB can, yeah, I'm sure SB can give you the letter.
Yes, our building official, the day that she signed the letter, she sent it to an email address. So I'm retrieving that right now as we speak. But I can have you.
No, sir, thank you for the outrage, by the way. But anyway, we actually, if you remember correctly, we came up against the fact that you're in a single family zone and you were asking to put a 4-unit building. And we were trying to determine whether or not the building was over 50% deteriorated. So we requested it from our building official who wrote the letter on June 15th. I mean, I have it right here. I wish I could figure out how to forward it to you. June 15th.
That's what she says in the letter. She personally inspected it.
No, it says it personally inspected the exterior of the property and determined the property is unsafe, requiring structural work exceeding 40%. So. Yeah, I guess he did. I mean, that's our building official. We requested it from our building official and this is the letter she brought. But I understand, that you want to get this fixed. So believe me, we want to get this fixed. The point is whether or not it's 50% deteriorated or not, the other part of our code kicks in that says that it's been a discontinued use. So the discontinued use part has nothing to do with the 50% part, because we were focused on that, sir. Well, actually, have you been on our agenda since June? Have you been on the agenda since June? June 27th. So the point is that it's in a single family zone. And you're asking to put a multi-unit building in there. We have
Disagree, not with the letter that the building official, we have no power. I mean,
Well, I'll let you take that up with the building official then. We're going on with the information that was given to us. The issue is the 4 units. I just made some suggestions on a way of maybe trying to move forward on this. I believe that the conversation was had with you is that you're being bounced, you're trying to find out how you can go forward, okay? And that's why you're here trying to have this discussion with us, a conversation on this. Well, 3 months ago, we told you, sir, that you're in a single family zone. 3 months ago, we told you you're in a single zone. In 2019, we told you you're in a single family zone. So it's not something new. It's something that has been in our code for 30 years plus. Yes, but unfortunately, it's on the verge of falling down. I mean, it's according to our thing is structurally unsafe. Property is unsafe. June 15th. It was sent to your contractor. I guess that's who it was. No. I don't know who.
again, you've also said you've been doing this a long time, which means you're familiar with Muni code and how to use Muni code. So it's very clear in Muni code, both the 50% rule and the non-conforming use in excess of 6 months. So you, as an architect who's been doing this a long time, can inform your client as well. Hey, this code does not allow building that's been unoccupied for multiple years to then reestablish a non-conforming use. This is not anything special, Biscayne Park. It's a pretty standard policy, right? So inform your owner what the code says, and then bring plans, try to pursue something that is consistent with the code.
You're in sector B, you have, sector B has a 50% maximum lot coverage. You have an 8,500 square foot minimum lot, which you have an issue with. You have 10-foot side setbacks, you have a 30-foot front setback. You know, all these things that the existing structure there's issues with. You would have to bring it all within those compliances or seek a variance from our commission on relief from some of these items. I guess you can ask for a variance on,
I mean, you can seek a variance, anything in the code, again, you'd have to.
it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a six,
you'd have
it
to-
wouldn't actually be a variance for the 6 months. You would actually be asking for a variance to allow a multifamily unit inside of a single one-family sector. It would be a relief from that part of the code, not the discontinued use part of the code. Plus also you'd have to deal with the building official's letter. I mean, that's something you'd have to appeal and overturn because, you know, they have made that decision.
Do we allow use variances? That would be a use variance.
Well, I'm saying it would be that, But,
We allow that.
Yeah, but
I
his
mean,
point is that if we can get it away from the 6 months, we get very.
but it's,
Building.
I mean, the building is, there's no bathrooms, there's no
So,
kitchens.
just to be clear.
Literally a shell
Variance can be applied to any
part of the,
aspect of this code.
there's a variance you can, yes, exactly. The land development code, which is where the variance would be covering, you can ask for relief from any portion of it. Okay, I haven't seen it. From what I understand, it was down to the studs on the inside. Basically, that's what I've heard. It's studs pretty much on the inside. It's just something that I've heard over, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it was, but I'm just gonna say, you know, this has been going on for 20 years and I've been on the board long enough that this has come up, that this was a unit that it's hollow on the inside from what I understand, from what I've been told, and I have no inspection, so maybe I should just stop saying that, but that's what I understand it from just for years. So anyway,
Building officials.
No, actually, it's been updated, sorry. So our building official, we have a new building official named Pedro Martinez. He is available by phone and by email. He is available in the office Tuesdays and Thursdays between 2 and 4. I am going to send you that letter, copy him as well on the email, and I will also copy the old building official. So if you want to set up a meeting, you can do so tomorrow or this Thursday, or you can come into the office between 2 and 4. His phone number will be available on the email as well. And also I have copied the former building official who wrote the letter as well. Okay?
you have any further questions for us? All right.
Paige, you need to vote on these items or just tabling them?
Yeah,
So just vote the.
Motion to
motion
table.
table. I mean, we already denied it once, but I mean, we can just continue it to table. That was a motion by Ed. David? All in favor, say aye. Aye. And that's for both D and E. Thank you, sir. Good night. Have a good evening.
And this is for the same comments?
All right, next will be Walker, 10820 Griffin Boulevard, revision to permit re-roof metal. Good evening, ma'am. Oh, So the skylight. So you just want to add some, you have skylights from what I understand, right? Okay, and you just want to replace them? Okay. Okay. That would be under the building official, but I don't see a problem with that. And these are existing skylights that that are already there. She just wants to replace them with impact. Do we have product approval on those skylights in here? Oh, here they are. We got the product approval. And we already have a permit for this for the metal roof.
Just a revision.
Revision adding the skylight.
To their roof permit to include the skylight.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Favor say aye. Aye. Carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Walker, our building official building plan review will come in on Wednesday to review it and sign off on it. And there will be a revision fee. We'll call the contractor who's paying for the permit. Right. So once they pay for it, we'll give them the updated plans for that, okay? On Wednesday, our building inspector, he's the plan reviewer. He comes in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. All right, is anybody here for 113515 Northeast 11th Court? LLC 1135 Northeast 9th Court, new construction plan review.
Those yours? The old ones. Oh, those. So from the last time, I have the plans, that you incorporated that indentation on the, whatever side it is, north side. Any other changes since the last time, or just that? This is over the front entry.
This is the, what's
Yeah, yeah, this is probably past third for them at this point, yeah. And then me.
Okay. Okay, so it will go. Well, the only thing that's approval is the, when the minutes will be ready. It will show the approval, so that'll be towards the end of the week. I can send
Sign.
an email, but, as far as an official sign minutes, it would be
The following meeting.
the
yeah.
following meeting. But what
But-
you can do,
They have it on record. We just approved it and we just signed the plan, so.
yeah, so,
So it is approved by the planning board.
right, so what we're waiting for is structural plans, we need
Mid-penda.
plans to go through planning. So it can't, right,
Yeah, I mean, right before things
Right.
got.
right, right, because structural Tuesdays and Thursdays, also with electrical mechanical. So as long as you bring it a day before their review time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesday that following. Okay, so just make sure you bring, this is the final plan. So but we need two sets though. Right, so this is one set. Yes. Right, but it needs to be two, remember,
But you can go forward with your MVPs.
they don't have it.
But I'm saying they can go forward.
Yeah, they can go
You
forward.
Develop it. You can start developing them.
Yeah, you can structural. I will be here Friday and Monday, so if you can, but I will let my staff know that. So they can understand that. That you don't need to do online. Oh, it's online, but
Can y'all just move over here real quick? I just don't want to take this, go on with the meeting. All right, next will be Mandarani LLC, 11440 Griffin Boulevard for a driveway. Hello. Didn't we approve this last
No,
time?
last time she was gonna just fix the drawing because
Oh, okay.
it didn't show the border and, yeah. So she brought the gravel last time. We don't need to see that again. It was just the drawing and the calcs, which it looks like she's done.
So do we have all the information we need, the borders and such?
Yeah, the drawing shows the border.
Yeah, there's drawing. Okay. Any questions on the board?
No motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. 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 Okay, motion carries. You're good. Your driveway. For the what? The thing is, it's not on our agenda, so we can't really consider it right now. I mean, you could maybe, you could leave the sample with her. Are you saying she has an application for a fence? Yeah. Oh, is it on the agenda tonight? She has a fence permit in that has no, wants to submit the sample. Can you maybe just drop it off tomorrow? to her?
Did the permit already
For
get
the
approved?
The fence is, I mean, the fence is done.
Yeah.
So it's really a paint.
No. No, we just have to like look at it and go, yes, and it needs to be stain, not paint, by the way, so just stain, not paint. Yeah.
No, you send it, you just send it to us and then, yeah, as long as we have pictures of the house, then we can look at it and say, oh, yeah, but it needs to be that color and say that it's paint, not a paint. Because then there's the issue. Other thing too is when, if you don't mind me asking, when did you put the fence?
It's there. I mean, but she's got a permit for it.
Well, is it, but is it wood? Because a lot of times with a pressure treated wood, you want to let it air out for like 2 months or so. You may want to wait another month before doing the paint thing anyways, even if it was approved.
Just bring it into SB and just say it's the stain for your existing fence permit. And they'll bring it to the next meeting. No problem. Okay, no problem. Good seeing you. Ed and David. Okay, let's just see who's here. Anybody for 172230? No? Oh, okay. Building A 17-2230-03. This is an interesting name. 031-0765, new construction, first preliminary roof.
It doesn't have an address.
And is there not an address?
It's one of the.
That's 280 northeast, 100.
This is
280.
This is on 119th. This is the lot split.
Yeah.
So it had an address, but it was one lot. The three
They
folios,
split it. so
two were
they're working
purchased.
on
This
the
is the
other-
homeowner.
Oh, so it's this,
Complying lot, but the homeowner was grandfathered, right?
it can't be 280 northeast on a 12. That's not even in the park.
Oh, it's 500 northeast 119.
So it's 500 northeast, 100 and
I just read the property.
19. But it hasn't been folioed yet. Okay. But this lot has already been split off. This is lot
This is
7.
the owner, the original owner's undersized lot that she can develop only because she owned it prior to the code change.
Okay, so I think we can't, had somebody come in and
Yeah.
it was just a,
Designers came earlier and kind of gave a
it
preliminary.
wasn't even an application. It was just a discussion.
Yeah, ask questions, yeah.
Okay.
Like two young.
Plans to look at? We don't have big plans. Right? Okay. Evening, sir. You have a, we actually, I mean, we do have it on our plan. Are you related to the people that were here last time? Are you the same company? Okay. Did they relay to you our comments? Yeah. Okay, all right, good, all right. So new construction on an empty lot, that's actually the rights, that's, buildable. The permit application is in the name of Art Vandermeer. That's the owner, correct, of the land?
So I think, if I remember, it was, the comments were that there were not any other 2 stories on that street, but you're showing that there are, and I think I drove down like the next week and I noted that myself too.
No, I mean, I don't think that was a comment.
Yeah.
Because we allow 2-story buildings. I mean, it was more of is it harmonious with the structures around it? Is it
Right,
something
but I
that's,
think it was more like there's not much 2-story in that area, but there.
I think
are
one of our
some.
comments was, you're right up to your 30-foot setback, could you
Right.
consider moving it back since you have a huge 61 feet behind your house, to make it less impactful on the street because you're
Right.
sitting next to a Spanish Mediterranean, a little ranch on the other side. So we wanted to see if you could, make.
So that your frontage is aligned with the adjacent frontages.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's interesting, the eyebrow you added, I believe there's, the house next door has an eyebrow on it too, which you kind of tied to your neighbors. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I believe that her existing house next door, yeah, has an eyebrow on it. Her existing house that she sold. You did clear story windows on the side. Um,
On the west side?
could- You were able to undulate it on the east side. Yeah, we do allow air conditioners and such to be located against the house inside of yeah, but don't get rid of that undulation. It's actually really, it adds nice relief to that side of the house. Because that's the one side of the house that you're right up against, the little mission house to the one side. It would be nice if you could break up that other wall by just adding an eyebrow or something to not make it such a sheer wall at 10 feet. Or, yeah. Yeah, if you could break up that big wall on the one side. I mean, I do appreciate what you did in the front. It'd be nice if you could push it back 5 feet, 10 feet, considering you have all that room in the back, just to kind of move it away from the street a little bit, because it is the first, really big 2-story house on that block. Everything else is all low houses except for the Spanish house on the corner. And I think across the street, there's a garage addition that's in the back of that house. I do, weren't they proposing like a roof deck or something, or? Okay.
That's
Okay, so.
got like some horizontal slats, basically. Yeah.
And that window in the front on the side is a closet or something? Up front, second story on the west side. Bathroom, basically, but you're over kind of looking the roof of the house. At that point. What window am I looking at on elevation A 3.1? No, the top left one that's on the side. In the shower, it looks like. So, first of all, thank you for doing your, softening it up, providing the privacy of the balcony. Um, and on facade. So my two comments would be what I see, just if we could push it back a little bit and then give your neighbor to the east a little relief on that larger blank wall. Even if it's adding that little chair rail across. I'm sorry, your neighbor to the west. Not the west. 5 feet will add a little play to it.
Yeah, we wouldn't want it 30 feet back, right? I've seen 1 or 2 instances in the village where there's a house that's really far back and that doesn't look great. But 5 feet, a little bit of change in that plane is,
Houses like this we've done before where they turn the garage on the side, so the front door is way back, It provides a lot of layers to the front. You have a builder yet, or? So you see what I'm saying on that west side, maybe doing something that. What kind of roof are you looking to do? Flat cement, okay. Any type of, I mean, it's not critical to now, but like any type of wood, veneering of stone, anything on the facade? Yeah. Any comments else for him on the board?
yeah, if you-
Okay,
Could
so
you
this
look
is
at-
a 3 point, since this is our first time seeing this, we do a 3.3 meeting review of construction, so we can give you feedback. You can come back the next time with make the changes, and then hopefully the next time we don't see anything else that we want to talk about, and then we can move on to the third meeting where we actually make a recommendation, make our vote. So this would be the first one, and we'll have 2 more meetings after this. So, my personal comments was the moving the setback a little bit and breaking up the western 2-story wall. Did anybody else have any comments?
Yeah, I wanted to ask whether the little balcony off the master, right, which is, even though you have that screen wall, it's also flush with this wall that's of concern, right? So it adds another 11.5 feet in the same plane. I mean, could that not be shifted a little closer to the center of the house? Not the center, but, not on the edge? So that, that would kind of decrease the overall continuous wall by almost 12 feet. Yeah, and just shift it over at that point a little bit. Because also then you access the balcony more from the kind of circulation space of the master rather than the side of the bed. a little bit. And then the only thing I don't see at all, and I know it's a kind of partial set here for the overall floor plan, but is any concept of landscaping, what you're doing to address landscaping? Yeah, so it would be good for us to see that because,
Well, we do require a landscaping plan.
we do, and we unfortunately don't always kind of ask to see it and see what you're doing, but on these new constructions, it's important. So I think that would help next time to kind of get an idea of what the landscaping design would be.
What's the impact of existing landscaping that's there? I think it's.
Yeah, it's not much. It's pretty empty. Along the east side, it's pretty dense, right? But yeah. Ironically, that's the side where you have some undulation but that one actually you don't see much. The one that has no vegetation screening it is the solid one, so.
Stop recording.
Yeah. But it could, I mean, it's not sitting where you are in the phase and just mirroring it is an easy enough exercise. It might not be a bad idea because again, on that east side, you've got this wall of landscaping that's existing, right? That anyone driving up and down 119th would have very little visual advantage of that elevation, but the west one quite a bit when you're driving eastbound, right? So since the east elevation right now is a bit more interesting, maybe you can consider
Yeah, so maybe bring in a conceptual plan of what you're doing for landscaping. You know, you follow Miami-Dade code, so Miami-Dade's landscaping code. And, you know, are you affecting any trees like we just discussed? But other than that, we'll move you to the next meeting for second review, or whenever you submit it again, we'll be on for the next, whatever agenda.
Yeah, the next meeting is scheduled for next week, Tuesday. The deadline is tomorrow. We're back to back because of the postponed meetings, but we'll be back on schedule. The following meeting is for October 3rd. So the deadline to submit would be next week, Monday, before 4 p.m. Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Soto, anybody here for Soto? Fretz, anybody here for Fretz? Placencia? No? Leibowitz? Good night, sir. Thank you. Coming in. Fox, anybody for Fox? Court? McGinn? Zeitzman? Okay, we know somebody's here for Brickell Key Estates LLC, 885 Northeast 11th Street. Driveway, and also K, new flat roof. Let's look at the driveway.
So what's your
first.
address? Oh, yes, you're the add-on. Sir?
Oh, Meyer. Do they know, y'all know each other?
Sir? Hi, what's the address?
Perez. Oh, so you're not together. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, my bad. But we have Brickell Key Estates for the driveway. Is that over here? Is it today? Are you tonight, sir? All right, wow. So, cool looking driveway. First thing would be is you have a 30-inch setback to your side property line. You're right up against the property line, so. I don't understand. I mean, these concrete squares have to be 30 inches from the property line.
The architect that did last time I had to do a big square.
Yeah,
He told me to do that, but it's not gonna be exactly here. It's gonna happen.
okay, I'm just gonna point out that this has to be 30 inches minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't look that way there. Okay, let's make sure we're, all right. And you're doing turf in the middle of the blocks. Calculations are, I'm sure you're way under your cloud calculations, 16 and 14%, 13%. And this is all concrete? And what about going out to the street? Because right now it doesn't look like it's going out to the street. Sure. Okay, so that all has to be removed.
That's not me that did.
Yeah.
It was been like that.
No, but I'm saying, that is the right of way, and in order to get this permit, that has to be removed. That's in our code. So this was done by a previous owner, not the village. The village road is like right here.
Yeah.
So this is all the right of way that has to be maintained by the property owner. And so you have to provide an approach in the same material as the driveway. So that,
No, that's not a problem. It's just, that's why we did it like this. Because this is gonna be exactly like here.
Yeah.
You want me to remove this?
yeah, you have to remove it.
That's not a
Yeah.
problem.
So, but do you want the approach to have the same, it's gonna be in concrete,
Yes, sir.
so. This is the street
Yeah.
line, right? Not, this is the street.
Yes.
So this is all concrete. Okay. You might want to try and line it up with the sign.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna do it properly. Y'all understand? And then the asphalt must be removed. No, it's a previous owner. Any questions? Okay, I'll take a motion if nobody has a question.
Motion to
Aye. Just for the driveway.
Oh, Manny, oh, sorry.
Okay, so the same thing, for Cookie Estates for new flat roof, building K. And this is just a flat roof permit. So but this is, you're gonna tie in the existing metal roof with the new metal roof. But didn't your new areas you're gonna match the metal on the new areas? Okay. So right now, all we're approving is just a flat roof. And you're just using a flat roof, material. Polystick under. Okay. I just seen this and I was wondering what this was about. Okay, so I guess my concern was, it says flat roof, but then now you're just saying something about a metal.
This flat roof, it's the new addition.
Okay.
For the new addition, but we also, because of all the damages that done by here, the metal roof.
Okay.
That they recommended all the metal once and for all, because we're gonna have so many floods.
Are you placing the entire metal roof
Yes, I'll be doing
of the entire house? Okay. So this is an application for a new metal roof in a bronze color, correct? Dark bronze. Okay. So it's more than just a flat roof. So this already has a metal roof on it, so it already meets the overhangs. It already meets the fascias because we've already approved it once. So we're now at a point where somebody's actually replacing a metal roof. So we have a bronze color. It looks good.
Brown, right?
Yeah, brown.
Side joke.
So I'll take a motion if you guys are good.
Motion to approve.
We're approving a replacement of a metal roof and an addition of a flat roof.
Yeah, and it's a standing seam metal roof. Just
So-
like what's there.
Second.
David and Ned, all in favor, say aye. 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 Motion carries. Okay, you're good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay.
Now you don't have now she does have a pen. I'll give it back to you. I promise. I promise you. You're good. to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, sir.
The building official comes in on.
Okay, Lopez, Gabitz, Marshy, EAA Repairs USA, Turner, Vitinsky, Castilia, Olson, Hernandez. All right. did I cover everybody?
No, what's your?
No, these are just, now we're gonna go discussion. What are you here for? Huh?
Yeah, it's add-on.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that I have here with the driver.
Oh,
That's the one that I told you I have.
that's gonna be Is that Meyer or,
No, that's Shepherd.
So that's-
107, that's the one I said over.
okay, so,
Um,
so it's gonna be F
Yes.
or G,
And
actually.
what's your address? Oh, okay. Understood. Everybody else is-
Okay, Lopez? Discussion? No? Dominicaz? Okay, so discussion B, Dominicaz. 11704 Northeast 11th Avenue. Do we have any backup on this, or is it just? Sure.
The mic, sorry.
Okay. So what exactly are you looking to do, an addition or something? Okay. 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 Sure, I guess,
What's the address? Oh, it's here, sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's right here. Yeah.
that's your house there, right? Okay, all right. Okay, but it's Google brought up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a 30-foot front, okay? You have a 10-foot side from your property line. You can build up to 10 foot. So I don't know how far this is, but you know, you have to maintain 10 feet over here. 10 feet. And then 10 feet back here. Okay. So it's 10 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet, and then in the front 30. Okay. So garage, garage. So I don't, not seeing your survey, it's hard to see, but.
have my survey here.
So 10 feet, 10 feet. So right now you have 40 feet in the back. And you have 19 feet, so you'd be able to build 9 feet out. Right, and then you have a lot coverage, you can only go over 50% of your lot coverage, which includes your walkways, your driveways, pool, anything that's developed on your property, you have a max. Is there any, does she have to build it at a new elevation?
So you have to be yeah, you have to be 1 foot above base flood elevation. Probably you're at 7, BFE 7. The FEMA minimum is 1 foot above base flood elevation. I think most of the village is base flood elevation +7, so you'd be at +8.
You'd have to, the roof needs to be tied into the existing roof.
Yeah.
Because
our first idea was maybe.
I mean, you could make a gable, like you have here. In the front, but you have 30 feet from your property line to the base of your house. So I don't know how far. 37.7, so you're right at 30 feet, so you wouldn't be able to come any further than your existing garage.
Well, No, it's okay. I'm trying to think how to explain it. There's a hypothetical line based on the ocean level that is at +8. So a surveyor could come and tell you what your existing house is, what elevation it is, and let you know whether the addition needs to be higher or the same. More than likely, it's the same. I don't know what age the house is, but you're not going 8 foot high. Don't misunderstand that part. No.
Survey somewhere there. But, yeah, I mean, this looks feasible. You'd have to maintain it at 10 feet. Okay?
You can, so,
Yes.
you can, so your friend architects in Argentina, you can ask her to give her a website called Municode, MUNICODE. Yeah, municode.com. And he or she can go there. There's a little click for a library. It'll take you to the map of the US, pick Florida, and it gives you every city in Florida, pick Biscayne Park. And in there, it's gonna have all the rules for setbacks, lot coverage, height, I mean, everything that an architect would need to know. Yeah, eventually you have to get one, but if she wants to just do the plan, the site plan, the rules and regulations would be in there for him or her to look at.
All right. Good night. Thank you. So we have 3 walk-ons. 1, 2, I see 4 people though. Something's wrong here. Perez, that's the gentleman. Okay, so Perez is here. I'm sorry. 11818 Northeast 7th Avenue.
Just a Google picture.
Memory full, sorry.
All right, so Seventh Avenue, what happened right up that way. This is a little bit old, and we want to see. This is a. Yeah, okay, just the old house. This is the second floor. There's a ground floor close to the balcony. This is I call it first floor, but it's actually the crawl space. So the main entrance here, there's some steps here, and there's a bit of a patio over here. And the project has 3 parts. One is in fact, those other ones will say. And the other part is the swimming pool. We are planning to put it here. That's the reason why I'm here today. And the deck around here, and negotiating between the ground floor and this raised floor here. Having said that, this is here. This is the big here. Here that goes up. That's the this all the start here. This permitted or anything for having a application. And, here, it's a minimum. That's good. Move over here. So take it here. There are some constraints, but not documentation here. Take up the house. Mainly. Oh, that's under 30. Yeah, under 30, that's required, but then people are some, yeah, not walking over here.
Yeah, whether or not it's a good idea is the story, but
Yeah,
it's not required.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I saw 30, right on 30. So, therefore, to accomplish that, you know, the issue over here, see the power line up here, or the power line up here. So I think we have to stay away from the power line. Is that the edge of the water, or is it the, do you consider this construction, it's gonna be like a small page? Also like the. To the water, edge of the water. So actually, I can have a little walk here. Okay. Question is that, how much is this from that step here, to the pool here, I have 31 meters. Then 31 is good, you guys think it's enough for that. So I want to just make sure it's buildable. One consideration I was having with the kind of timber type of construction over here, but more on. So you. We're like. Okay, those are all the questions I have.
Pool, right, like, you know, you're talking like, this is a side front of the house, front and side. Which side?
But they
Let's
have,
say you're gonna get it, we can't say that. Though. There has to be a person. Zero. Yeah, 0 around. So it is.
what is that, one is that, so, definition is 30 feet, right? Now, if it doesn't go, let's say you go for bridge, whatever, then what else can be? Here, for example, or go over here, you cannot.
Well, this is your front door. So this is your front yard. You have less camper here.
This is the best place. There's the basketball court over here, there they can put, but there's not that.
Garage, so driveway, garage.
Because they can use the garage.
Setbacks are.
Oh. No, but right now without.
Because what you're asking for is a very. So it's
special circumstances, which means that there's special circumstances that says you can't put the pool where you want to put the pool. Okay, variance is necessary for your preservation and enjoyment of your property. That's the second one. So what we just told you is kind of 1 and 2 together. Number 3 is the variance will not be detrimental to the public. Number 4, that the variance proposed is a minimum variance. You know, so what you're asking for is I want to put a pool 10 feet into the side setback, 30 feet, or 15 feet to the side setback, or 12 feet, you know, whatever, you know, that you're going from the building out. So you want to encroach into the setback by however many feet. Now, if you came in and said, I want to put a pool at 30 feet to the, which means all the way out to the property line, it decreases your odds of getting it because you're kind of, you know,
Just for whatever.
Let's do a jacuzzi.
Application for very.
You would do it in the.
What do you?
I would suggest that come up. Say, come in and see it.
Come to another meeting.
Yeah,
like
we're
this.
the ones that you're gonna work with, work it out.
Come back again.
Yes. The next time you'll be on the agenda, you'll be up at, you'll be on agenda items. If it's an application.
Well, I'm not gonna apply yet.
No.
Some of the
But then
configuration,
come back as a discussion item. like you
Discussion
are now.
item, right, and then
Yeah.
see everything is okay, then after that,
Thanks.
You have a couple walk-ons. First is going to be Lorenzo, 821 Northeast 120th Street. I believe Mr. Lorenzo is looking to purchase a property and ask a question for us, correct? Okay. So that's going to be walk-on E.
Okay, you're okay.
Wait, it's not 826 north, it's 821.
821 Northeast
120th
120th.
Street. Is that what I said?
Not the home or fourplex that we were debating.
No, 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 no.
But it's it's next
No,
to
it's
it.
actually, it borders it on the
It's
north
behind,
side.
behind,
Yeah, it's right behind it.
behind
Yeah.
it, yeah. So good evening.
Good evening, board. Essentially, I just went under contract on this property on Friday, so I'm in my due diligence period, just trying to determine a few items. My first question is the following. So the lot measures 55 by 115 feet. So it's a non-conforming lot, 6325 square feet exactly. I was speaking with a realtor in the park. Her name is Laura Graves. Known her for a few years, and she mentioned to me that the minimum frontage to rebuild a home is 75 feet. Now, the structure that exists on the property was built in 1932 or 1935-ish, and it's in really, really bad condition. So my question is the following. What would my options be if I wanted to purchase and essentially remodel that property, considering the fact that it's a non-conforming lot?
Okay, so, so you have, your lot's not big enough
Mhm.
and your frontage is not big enough. So
Correct.
you're at 75 feet. So if the way forward is to reuse the existing structure that is there. And that means if you need to save at least 50% of the structure that's there in the current floor plan, site plan. So you maintain whatever setbacks it has. And then whatever you add to it has to be within the current code. So if you want to put like a second story has to be at 10-foot setback. But as long as you're maintaining that existing structure, it's considered a non-conforming use.
Okay.
So you basically are allowed to continue it. Now, the thing is if you tear it down, all of a sudden, the lot coverage, the lot size, the frontage kicks in. You're welcome to get a variance. Each variance divided on, decided on individual cases. But we actually had a resident, recently in the last 2 years apply for a variance to decrease a lot they bought an existing lot that's 70 feet wide, where we needed to be 75. The commission denied it. And because and the reason they denied it is because it had an existing structure on it that they wanted to demolish and rebuild with a new structure. So what they did is they came back and they incorporated the existing structure into the new design and maintained the structure. So all those other issues go away because it's a non-conforming use or structure.
Hey, real quick, sorry, the address is 21. Yeah. so
It's kind of behind some hedges. You have to look at like
You
Google
are,
Earth.
you are on the north side of 121st.
Are you,
It's on the south side. On the
Hold on.
south side. He's behind the back. door.
So I don't know why the.
how
property
wide is this lot?
here.
How wide, hold on.
821 Northeast 121st or 120th? 120. Okay, there you go. Sorry. That's my.
How wide is this lot, sir? Okay. Yeah. It looks like just a little room or something back there. Yeah.
You have a driveway approach from 120?
Yeah, there's a big line in there.
Yeah, so some.
The one thing on the variances, without trying to be facetious, is that there's one board right now, and then there's elections in November, and 3 of the seats are up. So you could always, if this board doesn't vote for you, you just run it again.
Not this
Are
board,
you planning?
this commission.
Not this.
Oh, I'm like, are we planning to turn over our board?
Oh, no, no, I meant the, yeah, for if you're trying to do variances and if there's enough change, then you may be able to run it back.
Yeah, but variances are supposed to be like sacred. I mean, they're like the last, if you've exhausted everything, you know, the last thing you always want to do is giving out variances because you feel sorry for the person. You know, because then next thing you know, everybody's gonna have to give a variance and they're gonna point at their friends and go, well, they got a variance for that. And then what's the point of having our code if everyone's just, you know, so, yeah. So let's work within what you have and make it work. Yeah.
That was to the point of what he was saying, though. It's just, hey, if he doesn't get a variance, then there's basically no variance.
Well, right now, if he maintains the structure, you don't need a variance.
No, if you keep 50% of the existing structure, you grandfather that existing structure, and then you can add on to it in compliance with setbacks.
Go up. Well, is there a survey or anything? I mean. So let's just say if the house is 3 feet from the side property line and you maintain it, you can stay at 3 feet. But if you put a second story on it, the second story has to be at 10. Well, as long as it does, you're not changing it. As long as you're not changing 50% of it. But the thing is you have a 30-foot front setback. So I don't know how far back the house is set on the. It's hard to tell because it's not really, not even on the property appraisers is it coming up. It's got a lot of trees over it. I think
You
this
think
house is
you'll
this
have a
house next door to
survey
the people that were just
soon?
the house?
Like you're in an inspection period. so like- Yeah, so-
No, I'm just because we have another hearing in 1 week because just fluke, we're back to back right now. So if you thought you'd have your, I think it'd be more instructive. Because we can't even see on property appraiser because it's covered by a tree canopy, right? To kind of help you navigate what you can and can't do, because without a survey, it's really, we're just guessing what your conditions are, what you want to do. But I don't know if you'll have it in a week's time or not.
But here's the thing, I mean, I saw your email earlier. That's why I suggested that you come to the meeting to talk to us instead of trying to write a huge letter. You have a non-conforming lot, you have a non-conforming structure. If the non-conforming structure is more than 50% good, you could maintain it, okay? You can add on to it going up. I don't know what the setbacks are. I mean, if it's 15 feet from you can add 5 feet, you know, I would, but because of the width and the size of the lot, I would not recommend tearing down the property, because then you trigger having to get a variance and there's no guarantee. You know, we've actually had lots that were empty and they've denied variances, you know, so there's no guarantee on it.
Yeah, of course.
So he has the same easement on this. He's actually, your next door neighbors to the people that were here for the addition, the 2-story, he's the opposite side of that easement that the people had the hedge on.
Uh-huh.
So he's right next, you're right next door to the ones that were here.
No, a different,
No, different one. You were here for.
their architect.
801 Northeast 118th.
All of your.
No. What was the one that we just saw? Wasn't that Baton?
Yes, it was old business baton.
118. Oh, okay, then you're not that. I'm sorry, my bad. But they're further down the street. But the thing is, you have that same utility easement that goes all along 8th Avenue behind the houses. So they're just happen to be on the next block to you, or they're on 118th, basically. or 2 blocks away. It's weird there's that yet utility easement.
I mean, they,
Well, the easement's on the side. It's not on your front.
on Google Maps, there's a telephone pole right in his front yard.
So that's
They have-
another variance because you have to provide on-site parking.
And it has to, that parking adds to the 50% lot coverage.
I do realize, make a nice long list of all these things. You go to the seller and you negotiate the hell out of the sale because they've got a lot of challenges with any buyer. Yeah.
Yeah,
You run through enough red flags, eventually you turn into.
well, it depends on how good of a deal you're getting too.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah, but if you. It could be a great house, but if you can't park at it, that's a.
Well, I don't know. I can't tell from Google Earth where this telephone pole is.
Yeah. I really think we need a survey. I mean, it's really hard to have these discussions without a proper survey.
But to answer your question, as long as there's an existing house that's in good condition on a property, it can be continued until it's not, until it's torn down or something like that. You're in a single family zone. The lot, you are in a lot that's undersized and not enough frontage, so new construction could be a hurdle for you. So the object would be what is the condition of the house? And what could you do to that house to make it livable and marketable? If you're, and I mean, you're allowed to do 2 stories, you can go up. Yeah, but that's on the utility easement. Go see right here, there's this, see the black line?
Yeah, but so there's limit.
Well, then you have to get rid of those landscape.
If
get rid of
that's
those
the
trees.
back room.
Trees are basically in the way of where you need to put a driveway. 'Cause the pole is basically, hold on, let me see if I can see it. The pole is pretty much defining the line of the side of the utility easement. So if you're standing at that pole, and you look down, if you look north, it should dictate to you that easement. As you can see that the house to the west has a chain link fence, probably on their side of the easement. And so that's gonna tell you where that easement's at. It's hard to tell from the street view, like where, but one thing is the house does look like it's way the heck back on the lot. To the front. Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. If the side walls and the back wall are at 3 feet and they need to be at 10, and you decide that in the front you have a 30-foot setback, and you decide that, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take that front wall off, maintain the other 3, and then maybe do a 2-story new build in that location, maintaining the 30-foot setback, maintaining the 10-foot setback, and then rehab everything that's around in the perimeter, you're allowed to do that. That's without seeing a survey, yes, conceivably, yes.
You can go south up until 30 feet, but you're also shifting over
10 feet.
east to get 10 feet. Anything new has to be 10 on the side, 30.
So what is the width of the lot again? I'm sorry. So you would have 35 feet wide of buildable lot on that front area.
As long as you're not touching it, tearing it down, trying to rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know when you go through, closing, if there's actually an encroachment into the city-owned property in the back. If you're saying it's that close, but if it's, but it's. Okay, but as long as it's
Yeah,
not
as long as it's not
over, yeah. Yeah. It's just so hard to see also from the trees of the. Is that the empty lots? Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. I would have to see, SB would have to check back, because that would have been January 2019, I think, maybe. Roughly, it was, or maybe 20, right before the pandemic. 19 to, it was, I remember the beginning of the year. It was like kind of the beginning of the year, but 2020 or 2019. So they'd have been right about the beginning of the year 2020. So you have, those lots are huge. So it subdivides beautifully. So, but if you wanted to come and apply for it, because it's so easily, you can say, this is gonna be 30,000, this is gonna be 15,000, 15,000, they have blah, blah, blah. It would just be a matter of one meeting for us to say, okay.
the address.
The old oldest property on Fifth Avenue. The one that has a fence around it. you for buying. Yeah, so it would be a very easy process.
The Sobe parking.
Sobe parking lot, yeah. So, yeah, so please buy it. Because we just want to see it, something done with it instead of it being a parking lot. And I understand the pool is a mosquito breeding ground that is uncovered in the back. Feel bad for all the neighbors around it because it's literally rotting. So yeah, so it would just be a matter of either getting the letter that we already approved, which we would have to just look back on our previous tenants. If not, just apply for it. New application. So our code says, it basically says that all buildings should be of an architectural style, including color that is harmonious with the neighborhood. So we don't want the new house to stand out on the block. We want it so when people look down the block, it just blends in. So if that means setting it back a little bit further, if you want to go a little higher, then do that. You want to, there's no architectural style per se, you know, like we have a menagerie of contemporary to traditional to Spanish, everything in the park. It's more of the fact is that it shouldn't really stand out on the block. So
The other bigger issue right now for us is overdeveloping the lot, right? That's the problem, right? This is a kind of speculation kind of neighborhood now. And people are coming in, like yourself, buying 2 and potentially 3 lots, and then putting the most,
biggest
massive
house
structure
possible on the
you could possibly
property.
think of. That's gonna get pushback from the board.
You know, So-
It's hard to say. It's a case.
it's hard to say, but like you have a 50% lot coverage, so obviously you don't want to put us, you know, yeah. We start getting pushback when you're doing 2-story walls on at 10-foot setback. That you're opposing on the neighbors. You have windows overlooking your neighbor. It's just we want to try and make it so that the house is blended. That's our goal.
I mean, I don't know offhand, but so I would kind of look at that. Because otherwise you may be building. A lot of the houses. Right.
Yeah, but also, remember, it's pool, everything developed. Yeah.
Also, if you're, really want your architect to be thorough and look at it, they can review the recent commission meetings because they are reviewing changes to the land development code to address this kind of overdevelopment and considering modifications to massing and so forth. So it's not code yet, may never become, but it may
Pretty
very well
close.
become. So if you're going to be 6 months down the road developing these properties, that may be the code at that point. So it's worth looking at now and how it might impact what you're thinking about doing on those lots.
Yeah, I would look. I would look at last week's Tuesday's commission meeting.
You go
on the
village website and it has the
It has all the agendas on it for last week's commission meeting, and it was under one of the, I think it was a discussion item or something, but it's oversized development or something along those lines.
It'll have a link.
And it has a link. You can print it up and you can see all the that's being prepared. Like first floor setback, second floor setback, No sheer walls that are over a certain length, no windows overlooking, no balconies on the side overlooking your neighbors. Clear store window, use of clear store window, clear story window. Things like that. So you can kind of see where the park is going, but you
You
got,
also try and reach out to.
but you should be coming through us and not talking. I would
Right
really,
now, it's not.
I know, but I really would prefer not to have commissioners advising residents on how to build their house. You really should be coming down. But, and we can answer any questions because that this code, even though the Commissioner Kennedy did spearhead it, it did originate from this board, actually. Any other questions?
Good luck.
All right, hopefully we'll see you next week. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the park. All right, Meyer, 11402 Northeast 8th Court.
There's an added item.
This was another, we have 3 add-ons for tonight, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
11402 Northeast 8th Court.
They painted it gray.
It's, where's the street on that?
Eighth Court.
Court?
Yeah.
Not Ninth Avenue, right?
No, Eighth Court.
I mean, they're allowed. Deny.
All right, we also have one more walk-in. Is this at 10710? 10710 Griffin Boulevard. And I'm sorry, what's the name?
Shepherd. Yes, they're the owner of the
Yes, I do remember.
of the contract. They're the owner of the driveway company. So what happened is, as you know, this driveway was issued back in May. It was approved. So
You wanted to take out the planters or something like that?
right, so there was a change of contractor. So they did the change of contractor, and this is the revised plans with the change of contractor.
So there's a new place?
This is
These
the
are
one
all
that
plans?
you submitted online? It's the same one? Okay, that's.
But I mean, I understand the concept, right?
So their designs is different, so they, they submitted a new permit on OpenGov. I saw that there was a driveway issued, so I said, do a change of contractor and submit your revisions to that permit, since it was recently issued.
Okay,
So
so,
the change of contractor was done, now they're submitting their design.
okay, so
to-
the two things I'm gonna ask are, what is your setback from the property line? 2.5 feet. Okay, so you got your 30 inches, right there it is, right there. You got 14 there. And then what's your lot coverage calculation? You have those. As we pass this down to the board, please look at it.
Yeah, so the question was, being that it was a revision, if it needed your
Well, it's a change of
review.
design, right?
Yeah,
So
so,
yes.
okay, so before the planning.
If it was the same, if you just did a change of contractor, the exact same design, I don't think you would have to come back. in front of
Okay,
me.
okay.
But right now it looks fine.
So it would be.
So they're just changing the design, and it's a new contractor, new design for a driveway that we've already approved. %39%. 34%. Right, so they're under their 40% concrete, right, with what, grass or something? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay, all the entire yard, or? No, just. and The walls and everything that's already there, nothing changes. Just make sure the plans match what you're doing. So, any questions? You
This would
understand what's
be-
going on, everyone? Change of the contractor, change of design, they're under 40% lot coverage. Everybody's okay with it. They weren't on our agenda. I don't know if I read it in, but it's Shepherd 10710 Griffin Boulevard for a change of the driveway contractor and driveway design. If there's no question, I'll take a motion, please. Scarlett, Manny, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. Get a full one tonight, so
Yeah,
Thanks
that's what
for
I
waiting.
was talking to them about, thanking them for their patience.
it's not, it has nothing to do with pervious. So it has to do. With your, we want to try and maintain our green space. So, pervious is still not green. Yeah, whatever that 60% is, you'd have to just work out the calculation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Anybody have an extra pen down there? I ran mine dried out. Kind of borrowing SP's a little bit.
So again, I thought we established a 25 agenda item max.
SB kind of gave me like,
So we're
like,
we're at 32, and then on at 32, we're taking walk-on? Like, why are we taking walk-in?
So the,
Yeah, listen, I love being on the board and I'm happy to devote my time to the board, but also this is not productive when we have this many items. And walk-ins that are discussions that are 30 minutes apiece, like, be reasonable.
okay,
Everyone's-
I totally agree.
Well, one thing I was saying at this end is, I think that we need to restructure the way that the meetings are so that anybody that is a renovation or a new addition or a construction, they're like automatically at the back of the timeline. Because it took 45 minutes for us to get through the first today with the room full. I feel like we should go through the people that are windows, flat roofs, repaint, whatever. Bang out all those people fast so that most of everybody can leave. And then we can do the longer ones towards the end. That makes
It does, it's just how do we structure that with like, figuring out A, who's here, B, how long it's gonna take. It just happens to be tonight, we've had, what, 4 new builds or something like that, 3 new builds? So I agree, I kind of felt a little badly because we canceled 2 meetings last week. And we just, it kind of, let's just get this over with.
do we
The
have,
Lorenzo one, the guy's under a contract, so I was like, let's talk to him,
Yeah.
I agree. And I had even called SB and said, let's stop, we have to stop this agenda at 25 because we're gonna have a huge agenda. Because we had such a huge gap between August and September.
I get it. I think that like basically though, if we see things that say renovation or addition, thing, then we like when you're putting together the A through D or whatever the numbers are, those ones just are the back are the.
Yeah, it's just that with her, I think, I'm sure it's how these things are coming in and you're just putting them onto the agenda, right?
exactly, yeah, so the way I put on the agenda is by address because that's how they calls on. But again, yeah, with the 25 Gage did call me. What happened is, the week of the deadline, I was extremely ill, so I had to be out for like 3 days. So when I came back, all the OpenGov submissions were like from the deadline. And what do I tell these people who made the deadline and is anticipating to be on the agenda that's been pushed back 3 times or 2 times? So I said, you know what? It's gonna be a lot of backlash if I move them to the 27th. And for me, I'm thinking building permits is up to the 25 instead with all together, including the discussion. And with the add-ons, it's the emailing with the back and forth. For example, Mr. Mayor, I told him, okay, this is the date of the meeting. He never got back to me until today. And this is someone who's been communicating with me since August 22nd. But when I sent him last week that the meeting has been postponed for Thursday, give me a response. He didn't give me a response until today. And I know I have to be more firm. I was just lenient this time because of me being sick, us postponing the meetings 2 times. I just wanted to give everybody a shot. I apologize for that.
No, don't apologize.
But, things like this happen sometimes, but we also, want to be really clear. 25 items include discussion, everything, on our agenda, old business, whatever. So let's,
So 25 items, including old business, discussion, and building permit.
yes. Yeah. So apologies, I know. So I have the minutes from August 22nd, 2022. Ed, it was Scarlett
Ed.
and Ed, or was Ed and Scarlett on the?
What now?
I
the
got
addition on
Scarlett,
this
but I
slide?
didn't.
Scarlett made the motion and I seconded.
Scarlett and Ed,
And
Wait,
the
This
reason,
is the,
the one we've been working on for a couple
yes,
months.
and for the B house, you guys motion on a table, but from the last discussion, from the last time it was at the board, it was denied. So you're gonna keep it denied or just?
No, yeah, so it's still denied.
Okay, still
So
denied. Okay, that's what I just wanted to.
I mean, it did say table, but it's really basically.
It's denied,
just-
because it
Yeah,
was,
it's the same vote that we had previously. The only thing I noticed on the minutes was on building A, I had
Yeah,
down that it
tabled.
was tabled, not
Yeah.
approved.
same here.
probably was a typo, sorry. Building A, oh yes, it was tabled.
Candela. Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye, okay. That's approved. All right, building, B, Lawner, 645 Northeast 114th Street, windows and doors. Is this the same one again?
It's the same one. I don't
Yeah.
see any difference in what's in here. I'm still confused.
This is the one that I was on the phone with in
Yes.
Puerto Rico?
This is the one, I'm sorry, this is the time I was sick, so, the contractor and the homeowner. And again,
Did they submit the paperwork?
they submit this paperwork.
Okay, so let me see it. This, but since the phone call. Okay,
the phone call. And I have it here in email.
okay, so let me just do it really quick. So they called me and I had a call with the contractor and with the resident, I think, no, just the contractor.
Yeah, the contractor, the qualifier.
They didn't understand what we were saying. And I was like, listen, all the windows, number 12, 13, 14, 1 and 2 have to be all the same style. So. But they still didn't do it right. So window number, hold on, let me see. Number 12, horizontal roller. Number 13, single hung. The same thing.
Well, I see a schedule in the back that has 13 as casement.
There, what it was, this, what, she was supposed to submit right then and there, the new,
I have it here.
Okay. Is that what this is here?
Yes, that's the one that.
She said she would do it.
Yeah, it says corrections for lot, changing 13 and 14 per comments from meeting to achieve same look front of home.
So did she do it? Like 13,
Yeah,
14?
I'm looking at a schedule that has 13 and 14 as casement.
Okay. So 13 and 14 are casement and
12 is horizontal roller,
12 is horizontal roller and
11 is swing a door,
number 2.
2 is horizontal roller.
Okay, fine. So casement, horizontal roll, horizontal. But that's not what this is here. Ed is looking at something different than what's here.
Yeah, it's buried on, I don't know, page really
See.
far down in the package.
He's looking at the Dropbox packet.
Tell you.
Hold on, is this maybe, oh, hold on.
It's 115 pages, the Dropbox package, and it's way, way down deep. After all the NOAs and
There's so many. And it's
on,
so. Which page?
it's on page 88 of 115 in the Dropbox PDF.
Why would they do that? Not to send one page.
They owe him. They. Biggest foot. Yeah.
We were about to deny it again. Ugh. So Ed, repeat it really quick. I'm gonna write it on this one. So number.
They even write at the bottom, number 1, 2, 12, 13, 14 are all street facing. 1 is a door.
1 is a door swing.
2 is a horizontal roller. 12 is a horizontal roller. 13 is a casement. 14 is a casement.
Basement. Basement. Okay,
SB 88 of 115.
so based on that, all of the windows in the front match. Let's go ahead and move this forward. Let's get it going.
Motion to
There.
approve.
Second.
All in favor, hold on, you have it? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so
Who was first?
Myself, then Dave.
Ben and Dave. All right, next will be Soto, 515 Northeast 115th Street driveway. Sign that one that I marked up. Or you can send it to me and I'll sign it. Does anybody see anything? Waiver
Uh,
driveway.
Page 8 of 9 is a design photo.
They're 25% at first.
Hold on, I'm just looking at this. I always.
It's the one above that. There's 2 different Dropbox things.
For the design.
So are they taking out the old driveway, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, would be nice to have a note that says so, but it seems pretty clear they are. Because they have like a little 25 or whatever by 4-foot walkway.
Yeah, I see all that. Cute little.
Has there ever been any discussion or any duration gauge on corner lots, reduce that 40% to something less than 20%? 40% of one frontage, because like this guy that was in here earlier, yeah, he had technically less than 40%. It was just a massive field of concrete, but he had a corner lot.
Yeah.
Seems like corner lots shouldn't have 40% frontage.
40% total. Oh,
Yeah, but then we have the problem of assigning which one is the real front.
No, I think it should be less than 40%. It should be, corner lot should be
Whatever
20%,
the,
right? You got 2 frontages. Put it wherever you want.
So the design looks good on this one. We're doing that staggered thing. Yeah. Instagram.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
My laptop.
Next is building C, Fretz, 656 Northeast 120th Street. There's the doors.
There's only one window facing front. It's a horizontal.
Approved. One that's right here that said, for house. I remember it. Yeah, right. So
So
What are the other windows?
They have other windows, but I don't know if they're already impact, but for example, they have like 3 single hung windows in, so if we look at the schedule on what they submitted, where, the entry door, you have that part that juts forward, right? It's got no windows shown. There's 3 side by side horizontal, single hung windows on the current elevation.
They're not touching.
They're not touching those. I presume they're impact. I don't know. But now they're basically adding a horizontal roller, which is not consistent with the existing single hung configuration.
Okay, windows don't match most of the. You're saying the existing windows are single hungs and the new windows are,
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have in front of the house. 3 big single hung, 6 grid kind of situation.
Second.
I can't do it.
Motion to
I'm asking somebody. I'm asking for a motion. to-
Motion to deny.
Okay, David. Second, please.
Se-
Annie, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion to deny is approved.
Can I ask a quick off-topic?
Sure. It's fine. It's a concrete box with shutters. I wasn't worried about
Well, that can still float away. 'Cause some of the pictures.
it. Yeah, it's up on a hill and it's, the house itself is above the garage. So it's literally a house on stilts pretty much. So thank you for asking. I got like 30 text messages yesterday. It was like, okay, thank you everybody for being concerned about my house. It's like, I appreciate it.
I was like, man, watch this be a read.
Well, that's not why.
And it's on the far eastern end of the island where the hurricane hit the western side. I think. The next is Building D, Placentia, 705 Northeast 120th Street, alteration.
It's the same.
This is the guy that came for discussion a week or 2 ago. A little mid-century, they're not really touching, but they're exterior planters and steps and stuff.
Yeah, they came last time.
Oh, yeah, this is the one that pretty much said, yeah, see a problem.
Yeah, they're really just not changing the building architecture. They're just changing steps and planters on the exterior.
Steps are.
Most are in the back and the front a little bit, but again, it's step, nothing high.
Motion to approve.
Say aye. Aye. Next will be Building E, Leibowitz, 728 Northeast 150th Street. Their roof leak.
Yeah, it looks like they've got kind of a flat roof and they're just doing like a silicone paint.
Isn't this one of those ones where they could have gotten like kind of the approved?
Yeah. If they came in and said, that, it's exposed to the elements, they would have.
Motion to approve.
Say aye. Aye. But it still would have come back to the board.
Eventually, yeah, but
To wait.
Yeah. Yes. David Ed. Okay, next would be Fox, 748 Northeast 114th Street, solar panel.
This is on that modern house.
108, the new one?
Yeah, the newish. It's the solar panels on a flat roof.
it on the,
It's on.
it's flat?
all three of them, but it's all flat. Diagram and like a little simple rendering.
It's under, behind a parapet.
Yeah, you never see it except for this from the sky.
It's like-
Does it say the amount of? Or are you just saying that based off of the panel? Okay. Like that, when you said that's a lot of power. does it
Well,
say-
it seems like a lot of solar panels, but hey, I mean, that's, if they wanna. As long as it's, you know, within our code, it's a flat roof house.
Motion to approve.
I don't. No comment on the actual map. It was David and then, yep, Ed, all in favor, say aye. Next will be Building G, Court, 765 Northeast 115th Street for a fence.
A 6 foot white fence on the sides of the house.
Install 10 foot of aluminum fence, basket weave, 6 foot high, including a single gate, 6 foot high by 4 foot wide on, and double gate, 11 foot wide by 6 foot high. Yeah. It's on the sides, it's on the side. There is a pool, so what does basket weave mean?
So I think it's just like this aluminum that has a slight little wave and it has like posts in between to kind of just,
Oh,
there's a
here,
little elevation of it.
there is an elevation.
Yeah,
Is it?
but I'm assuming that everyone is solid. I don't think it's there's like, it's not climbable. It's not like a ladder. I think it's solid bands that just interweave around those posts.
My brother-in-law has this type of fencing. You can't climb it, but I don't know if it's like, it's 6 foot metal, the same look as this picture. And his, you can't climb. It's,
I mean, it is offset if you look at the elevation. Is this considered climbable for a pool? I would have a question about that. Because there is clearly a pool on this property.
another color of it.
White.
I saw white. Yeah, I mean, no more climbable than chain link fences, but.
Well, my brother-in-law has a big
I mean, get a toe hold, yeah, but I don't think it's like a slatted ladder like.
Not comfortable. with that. You can make a motion.
I'll make
You guys wanna go? Approve it.
second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Edward,
Also, our children are.
Approved. Next will be Building H, McGuinn, 801 Northeast 113th Street for paint. too. Oh, here. White, so it's white alabaster and it's the trim is the bronze color.
That's fine.
So it's kind of, anybody wants to see the actual samples, it's an alabaster.
White, and then it's like a bronze.
SW 708, which is like basic developer spray on everything color. And the other one is the color that triggered it is this bronze. It has kind of a greenish hue to it. But it's gray.
Motion to approve.
Edward?
Ed and Manny, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Another one, Zeitzman, 860 Northeast 115th Street for paint. Color. Oh, is this, it's not this, no.
No.
Like,
That's on the computer.
no, but we didn't do the original. So it's all, this is all through MediaCode now? Or the,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. Problem is with with scan colors, little.
So the wall they're doing in that teal kind of color? Not trim?
No, it says white.
I mean, this-
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So
Anybody
the
tell what
wall
that
is
color is
blue?
right there?
Yeah.
A lot of,
That's why it's going. Well,
flower boxes in front and step. Undisclosed color. I mean, it's only that little bit down below the,
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the wall color being that
gray.
gray blue. You have it? Is it gray or is it
No, that's
blue?
the thing, we don't have an original, we just have. the
Oh,
color.
dang it.
We asked for them to send us the original. Already good with that?
Yeah, so
It's really-
motion
it's really
to
hard to-
table pending
I mean, it's
real color samples.
We really, on paint, we should have.
Yeah, scan or picture.
yeah.
Let them submit the real. If it can't work.
It doesn't even have like a number on it, like. blah, blah, blah. So, motion to table, please.
I made a motion to table pending the. paint job.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Next will be Lopez 890 Northeast 117th Street, windows and doors. That's tabled. French door, horizontal rollers. Casement, horizontal roller, casement across the. Does anybody see a color? That's, L.
Manny has to, he has to look up. fellow Manny. Second.
Thursday, aye. Motion carries. Next will be Gigabits,
Got it
nine,
together.
941 Northeast 119th Street. We want to put addition on the back and put What's that in the front?
What's going on?
What is that? New own roof. So the addition in the back looks fine, but I don't know. Yeah. Look how tall the second story in the back is. But it's okay. I mean, actually, the back, I mean, it doesn't, so it's really, it's only 18 feet high. It's like, it's a double height, like one story, I guess. But the curved thing in the front.
Is this like, it's an existing duplex?
Yeah.
Is it getting converted? No, it's staying a duplex. Yeah, no, it's staying a duplex. It says not in scope, of duplex interior. Just adding a big bedroom on one side and a shared patio. I don't think this is developed.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Personalized, no, I know, I'm just saying, it's
It's a very odd. So we have a front setback. Yeah. Eats into the 30-foot.
massive, like, picture windows. And what does it mean by like shared patio? Because it's not really a patio, it's a fully enclosed rec room. Not a patio, open to the outdoors.
Maybe it's a big family. They want to live. It's a duplex. Allowed. I question just the design. See, it's got a setback issue. But those big windows on the front and the little tiny.
Those are weird.
And honestly, I wouldn't probably have an issue with the phone if it wasn't, if it was the same pitch as the other roof. Just kinda sticks up. But we have a motion to deny. Stop. Setback. I question the architect. That's not the motion. That's not the motion that was. Put forward. In favor to deny, say aye.
Denied.
front setback issue. Let's do a 30-foot front setback. It'd be nice if they came. like
Yeah,
this. It would be
I would
nice
al-
if they
Qu-
came and talked to us.
Say there's design cohesion error. Too, that
Yeah. Design. cohesion. Setback. Design. Structure. That a design cohesion. Please come. Next will be building in Marshy, 971 Northeast 111th Street for a driveway. I don't really understand.
Well, you know, is this a duplex or?
It's a corner lot duplex.
Yeah, but so a lot of that, I mean, there's some parking basically in the swale, right? Because I guess that the property line, right, the further back one. But then they do have property on, I mean, parking on their property, right? Because they have this deeper driveway on the right-hand side. Are we limiting like whale parking for single spot? That,
Well, it's just, but it's not so much that, it's just they have to provide the duplex, they have to provide 4 parking spaces on their property. So
the dimension, well, see, it's
So
34
is-
and 24,
I
right?
just don't understand the design. What exactly?
I mean, looking at one long driveway that goes
Yeah, but
alongside and then a big,
chunk of pavers with a huge amount of grass in between? Like, I'm trying to understand are you like jumping from one paver to the next?
and then like the photo at the end, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
That's the material.
Like a coquina?
It's a charitable description. It's just like room finished concrete.
driveway color sample.
I don't know if it's just a bad illustration of this whole like gridded concrete thing that everyone's doing.
I think
No,
so, just like
yeah.
not detail.
But the issue is, okay, they've got 34 and 24, right? So they've got 58 linear feet on their property. So that park four cars, what, 18 a spot?
It's like,
So they don't have 4 off-street parking spaces.
say I.
Who was first and second?
Not enough parking spaces on the property. Not enough parking spaces on the property. Must provide 4 parking spaces.
Within their property.
Within
not
the
on this one.
property.
These guys are here for flat roof permit, but didn't they already do their entire roof? They just did the soffit without doing the roof? This is the entry of the park.
I thought we approved the re-roof.
This is a roof permit. Sure.
Flat roof, so.
Yeah, I'm just curious how,
Yeah, they did, I seen.
I know that they said they were redoing one section because it was something.
They have 5 different flat roofs. based off of that.
This was the one.
Move it forward, but it's weird that I thought we had done it.
For the solar panel, but
We did, well, we asked them, we didn't approve the solar panel.
yeah, until they submitted a roof app.
But we haven't done the roof.
then under what permit did they change the entire kind of?
Yeah,
perimeter
I actually, there was a fascia.
Fascia
Overhang repair,
application just for the fascia.
Yeah.
yeah. and the
Honestly,
fascia.
I don't think that we understood that they were gonna box them out. I think they were just, I thought they were just personally, I thought they were just stuccoing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were actually gonna take away this.
Motion to approve?
All right, P Turner, 1014 Northeast 116th Street, windows and doors. Place 5 windows, 1 door with.
They are all horizontal rollers or a 3-panel roller, fixed roller in the front. They're white.
So they're all gonna look the same. Is what they're having.
Motion to approve.
There's the aye. Next would be Vinitsky, 1106 Northeast 119th Street, generator.
I don't actually have anything identifying where the property is.
I was gonna say, I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's not in there. I mean, I'm sure it's on the side of the house but it'd be nice to have a location.
Table for location.
I imagine running off.
Unless they have.
Unless they have, you know, they have gas line.
Well, but is there
Source, fuel is. Okay,
Table
so
for
table on
location.
location and fuel source.
and then
Location of the generator and fuel source. Yeah, well, that would be part of the question, yes.
But that was,
Did
David
you
and Ed.
overestimate us?
David and then Ed.
Yes.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, Building R, Castilia, 11031 Northeast Ninth Avenue. The pool is existing, it's smack dab. in the
Yeah,
middle.
they're just,
Pumping. So,
they're just replacing the concrete walkway around it with terracotta.
We get a motion?
Second.
Andy, David, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, next will be Olson, 11370 Northeast Ninth Avenue.
Actually, just two doors.
Say aye.
Aye.
Carries. Next will be Hernandez, 11603 Northeast 11th Place, 3 roof. shingles. There is?
David. There is not.
Who was the last one?
Manny.
Manny and who?
David.
That was for Olson,
Yes,
or was it Blue?
yes. Hernandez, 3 roof shingles. Flat. Well, oh, did I decide?
We don't allow shingles, so the only time you can have shingles is if you have an engineer, a letter from an engineer. Permit can't support the weight.
So the interesting thing about this is they're already doing the work. I happened to drive by over the weekend. I was like, oh, look at that house. They're putting shingles on. And then I Googled Earth, the Earth, and it actually, they already have shingles on the house. So right now there's the roof done. They're actually have already loaded the shingles on top of the roof.
So they started?
Started.
Oh.
So, they've already taken the old roof off, right? They got paper and everything. So if there's no letter,
No, because she called and she kept calling the runner and asking, why do they need a newsletter? I said, because that's part of the code. And when she was people, you need to provide a engineer. She goes, okay, I'll send it. Never did. But I didn't know they weren't.
Make sure, SB, that they understand that the issue is that you are not permitted to install shingle roof in the village. The only time you can.
That's
is
what
if
I,
you have
yeah,
an-
yeah.
Not
that's
that we
what I
just want a letter from an engineer saying.
No.
shingles are
That's what I
okay.
said. I said, because the fact that it's an existing shingle roof and you're going to shingle, you need to have that letter. Because that's part of the code. If you were changing from shingle to flat. need it, but Being that it's existing, because as soon as I saw shingle, I called the qualifier. And the runner is the one who.
I just want to make sure that they understand that the letter,
it's
the
not,
purpose of the letter is to confirm that the roof cannot structurally support concrete tiles, clay tiles, metal roof, something else, right? 'Cause they don't want shingle.
they can't. They definitely cannot have 3 tab. Really curious. So can I have a motion to deny? Say aye. Aye.
David, and I, who was second?
Ed.
Correct.
No, I didn't snitch. The funny thing is, when I looked it up and I saw Google Earth that it already had shingles on it, I'm like, oh, we must have approved it because why else would it be putting shingles on there? I didn't think of the fact that they might actually not agree, but they have no permit. Isn't this a house that they just put a pool in and there was some drama or something like that?
No, it was, that's 11605.
Oh, next door. Okay.
Okay. There's no Lopez and Perez. Let's make a motion.
We did talk to Perez. That was
Yeah,
that gentleman.
Lopez,
Sorry,
I
so
told
Lopez.
them to attend,
Lopez is the one that they're not showing adequate parking, like they're parking in the swale based on their.
and then the thing is, they're requesting to come to the
Yeah.
board and they're not showing up. I told them they are required to show up.
We're not gonna discuss them unless they're. What is this one right here? 110.
You didn't sign that one.
Does it sign it?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So that was the pool coping one.
Who was the first and second for the bio, Lopez 941 for the addition?
The addition that had the rounded thing in the front.
That's, I think it was. That was a denial.
Yeah, it was a deny.
It wasn't, let's make it.
All right, so the next thing that we have is our discussion really quickly, hopefully. Of, this is something that we already talked about. What are, okay, Commissioner, can you rehearse that planning board right recommendation?
Yeah, I just made the edits that we all vocally described last time.
HOV. You do this letter in the back, second page?
Well, the second page is already a handout. The only thing is I added that note at the bottom, just reiterates the code. And also cautions owners not to release their windows for fabrication.
My only note would be that we're at the planning board now. Not the
And actually, we have the planning and design review.
Well, not yet. We need, they still, that was just first
Shortly to-
reading.
shortly to be.
Yeah, I don't like that name.
Yeah, but I think that, I don't know actually where that comes from. Impetus to me seems to be to give us more teeth when it's just subjective.
No, I get it, but I would rather be like planning design board or something. I don't know, it just has more planning, you know.
It's called.
I don't mind planning. I just don't like planning and design. Just kind of pose another emphasis on us of something to do, you know.
So I don't know what we do with this.
Are we all good with this? Yeah, I know, we should. Get a salary. Anybody, I'm fine with this. So say yes, we're good?
And then guess what? We're just taking that to. What do you
Or
want with
I
now?
think, or whoever is supposed to, maybe, is this supposed to go
I
back?
mean, Mac requested it, right? So I don't know if that's just giving it back to him or to the commission.
Yes.
Okay, so we have completed our agenda. So, yeah, so next week's agenda, can you please tomorrow? I know you haven't closed the agenda yet. And I think the manager's gonna try and see something on there, but
The manager have 4,
they have a lot of
3 to
things to do. For next week,
Yes.
25 items, including the manager. I mean, we're meeting the week after that, so anything that's not on that can be pushed off.
Manager like the, that's the,
Talk to us about the big mansion, a bunch bunch of stuff that came back.
You know, the Tesla charger that we approved for the building over there is just on like the random side of the building, so that when the Tesla wants to go park there, they have to drive across the grass. and just park there. Like not anywhere that's accessible by. I know, because I live right next to it. I was like, what the hell?
We denied it. We.
No, the,
This
the,
is the one on the west side of the works building?
the Tesla charger.
It's supposed to be inside of the fence.
For a while, I haven't been here for a little bit, but for a long time, I always just drive on the grass. Charge.
It's the manager asked, and I was like, can't put it there because the Tesla is not allowed to park on the grass.
Yeah, it was like, it's
It has to park on an approved surface.
within the past month. It's been parked on the grass.
Did they sneak it back over there without?
I don't. Look, you could be a narc. I'm not.
I guess I'm gonna have a little drive tomorrow morning on my way to work. Our own village is sneaking around behind our back.
What happened to there was that special hearing for the land development code. and
It-
Canceled last minute. Now it just has never been.
Yeah, basically, yeah. All right, motion to adjourn at 10:20. We're gonna be here next week and then the week after.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, so adjourn. Please turn off your microphones. Is it next Tuesday? I'm sorry, is it next Tuesday? The 27th.
I was telling Esty, I was like, what the hell, I changed my whole work travel thing last week so that I would be here for the meeting on Monday, and then